hope you're all doing well and staying healthy. So some of you have reached out to your social worker or Evangeline or myself with various questions. And so today we're just going to answer some of those most frequently asked questions by you. So kids often bite for one of three reasons. So number one being that they're frustrated, angry, or upset. So biting happens often before the age of 3, and kids don't yet have all the language skills to be able to express themselves in a more appropriate way. So they resort to biting. Number 2, they're exploring their environment. So they're thinking, gee, I wonder what Susie tastes like. And number 3, they're teething. So if you can, keep an eye on your child and try and catch them before they bite. So being able to read their cues and stepping in to say, oh, I can see you want the ball. It's not okay to bite, but let's find another ball to play with. Or even just redirecting them to a different activity. Saying, let's go play with the blocks instead. Because we can't watch kids all the time, if we catch them after they've already bitten another child, comfort both children and just say, oh, Susie is crying. What are some ways that we can make her feel better? And then if the biting is a result of teething, just making sure that we have like teething toys. So teething rings are great for kids to bite on. And then cold cloths. Cold cloths are another a good thing to help relieve the teething pain. And so with biting, there are books out there that you can read to your child about sort of ways to be respectful to others, why teeth aren't for biting, and then you can also sort of start to explore different ways of how your child can express themselves and express how they're feeling. Between the ages of 12 and 22 months, it's part of their normal development for kids to cling to you. And they may show fear of being separated from you. This is normal and again part of their development. A child clings to you because they want to keep you near as a way for them to feel safe. Oftentimes we see in older kids the clinging behavior because they're upset or worried about something. So for example, we see this a lot with kids starting in a new childcare setting. So they might cling to you a bit more when starting at a new daycare because they're just a little bit unsure about the new environment that they're going to be put into. So just some things to keep in mind is be patient if you can. I know it's not always easy, but being patient with the situation and just know that it's normal for some clinginess to happen. And also, if you can help your child with transitions of you coming and going and getting them used to other caregivers. And so them being in a daycare, day home is a great way to get them used to new environments and new and different caregivers. And then just remember, if you can, just having that connection time set aside. So if you're finding that your child is clinging to you a little bit more, when you are with them, just having that connection time set aside so that your attention can be really focused on them. And again, there's lots of good books out there that you can read to your children and create conversation around being apart from you and transitioning to new environments and new situations. Okay, so some of you have asked about how to support your child's fears. And so just know that fears are natural and normal. They help us survive, they help protect us, and keep us away from danger. And so in kids, some of the common fears they might have are like being afraid of the dark or having monsters under the bed. And usually this comes from something they've seen or heard. So ways that you can support your child is just take their fears seriously. So if they're afraid of the dark, maybe putting a nightlight in the room or in the hallway. If they think that there is a monster under the bed, then talking to them about that, showing them that there's no monster under the bed. And then helping them feel safe by giving them lots of hugs and kisses, giving them a hand to hold on to when they need it, just being present and in the moment with them, letting them know that you're there to keep them safe. And then just being mindful of some of the scary things out there. So if they do see, watch a Paw Patrol episode that talks about ghosts, then having a conversation with them and saying, oh, that really wasn't a ghost. And then just being mindful of some of the things that they're watching and hearing. And of course, reading books to them about scary things and what's real and what's not real. Okay, so between the ages of 1.5 and 2.5 years old, your child is developing their independence. This is part of their normal development, and so it's really a good thing to hear the word no, because it means they're learning to think on their own and voice their opinions. As much as it can be frustrating at times, it's a good thing. And so some of the things that your child might mean when they're saying no are things like, I want to do it myself, I don't like it, I don't want to do that, I'm scared, or I want to choose something for myself. And so some of the things that just to kind of keep in mind as you're dealing with all of the no's that you might be getting from your toddler, is to just stay calm as much as possible. I know it's not always easy, but staying calm is going to be really good for both you and your child. Avoid arguments when you can, and give them choices. So obviously choices that you're okay with giving them, but giving them a choice. Well, do you want to read a book, or do you want to go outside for a walk? Those are two choices that you're probably good with, and they have the power in saying which one they would like to do. And then also giving transitional warnings. So saying like 5 minutes, and then we have to leave. And then even setting a timer if you need to. Some kids are okay with doing a transitional warning and saying like 5 minutes and then we're leaving. And some kids do really well with a timer that goes off in 5 minutes, and then when the timer goes off, they learn to know that, okay, it's time to move on to the next activity. And then also encouraging them when they do cooperate. So when they are listening to you and making good, positive choices, encouraging that by saying something to them. Okay, so that was a lot of information, but I do hope it was useful. And next week we're going to talk about sleep, because I know there was lots of questions about sleep and bedtime routines and all that kind of stuff from you. So next week is all about sleep. In the meantime, I hope you all stay healthy, stay safe, and take care. Bye for now.